Hi, hello everyone. Good afternoon. So today I'm Anis, nutritionist from Wellings Pharmacy. We are here to be talking on the Hive Zero Waste Lifestyle, and I'm honored here to have our founder of the Hive, Miss Claire. So let's welcome Miss Claire. Hi, hello.
Hello, Anis. Hello, Welling. Hi.
Hi. So here, one of the United Nations award winner, a very prestigious award winner. So hi, so we would like you to introduce on yourself here.
So my name is Claire Sancelot. I'm the founder of the Hive Bulk Food. I'm originally French. I came from Hong Kong before moving to Malaysia, but at the end of 2015. And when I moved to Malaysia, I always tried to shop for products that were package free, produce and products package free, and mainly plastic free. And I realized there was no such options in Kuala Lumpur. And naivete, it's a mix of passion and naivete. I decided to open a small zero waste shop. It was the first zero waste shop for Southeast Asia. Even Singapore and Bali didn't have one at the time. And it was next to my house in Bangsa. Really, person who do not know anything, but just naive and lucky and passion.
Exactly.
It's a mix of all those ingredients. And one thing has led to another. 4 years later, we have now multiple stores, and the Malaysian market is more understanding now what is a zero waste lifestyle, and people understand that we need to start refusing plastic and we need to have a more sustainable lifestyle. It is a must.
Yeah, so I believe you have your concept before you come up with the Hive. So is there anything you can share to us about how you got this idea, a eureka moment to come up with this? I believe you were staying in Hong Kong previously, and that's where you had this idea, right? So you share more about it?
Hear me properly? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, I was staying in Hong Kong before, and in Hong Kong it was a bit of the same as in Malaysia. There was no zero waste store either. It was very difficult to recycle, and to this day, Hong Kong and Malaysia is very difficult to recycle. Yeah. So the idea came to, you know what, if you do not have the recycling center, then you have to refuse the plastic. Because there's no way you can put it in the recycling center to be recycled and, made into another product. So it's actually even better to go, okay, we refuse, because it's anyway very, very difficult to recycle plastic.
Exactly.
And it's a myth to think we can recycle plastic multiple times. So the idea is still to refuse the plastic when we can at the beginning. So it was a good challenge to have. So Hong Kong, I started the zero waste lifestyle when I had my first daughter, and that was 10 years ago. So that was back in 2005. And 2010, sorry, yes, I moved to Hong Kong in November. Yes, 2010, my daughter is 10 years old. And then one thing led to another in Hong Kong. I started blogging about it, and it became as well a movement in Hong Kong. And when I moved to KL, I thought it would be interesting to see if people in KL would be as interested by the zero waste movement as they decided to be in Hong Kong, and they were. And let me tell you, Anis, everybody was telling me no one will be interested.
Yeah, I had that. I was surprised to hear that the people in KL accepted it anyhow. Wow.
Very much. And you have no idea how many times people ask me to open a hive in Penang.
I was about to ask about that as well.
I've been asked so many times now to open a hive in Penang. I've been extremely tempted. It's a bit far for me to control. So at the moment, I'm still saying, it's a bit too challenging. But I think you have more and more zero waste store opening in Penang anyway. So it's wonderful to see that.
Exactly. We are looking forward for that.
Yes.
So anyway, you were saying about one of the core values you highlight about refusing. So going to restaurants to just refuse the use of straw, plastics. So is there any other core values that you highlight?
I think, to be honest, you just have to start with the refuse. Once you start refuse it, you don't have to ask yourself, okay, what am I going to do with this? Okay, this is a metal straw, but what am I going to do with this plastic straw? You refuse it. You don't have to ask yourself, can I recycle it? Can I upcycle it? Can I, or it's not going to go to the landfill? Or, you know, you don't have to ask yourself this question. You don't have the products anymore. You just refuse it. So you really start, 99% of your problems will be solved if we refuse.
So it's like a big game changer.
Yes.
Exactly. So anyhow, so how do you find, what is the biggest challenge you faced when you came up with these ideas or like this product?
You know, it's a mix because I have triple challenge. In a sense, I'm an entrepreneur, so entrepreneurial, it's extremely challenging, as we all know. And most businesses do fail within 10 years. So you have all the entrepreneurial challenges. On top of it, I had to educate for the first 2 years of the Hive. It was only education. So the first 2 years, I didn't sell much. I was just for 2 years having customers coming to the shop, educating on what we do, and one by one. So it was very slow. But I didn't mind. It was I didn't know what I was doing anyway. I've never been in retail in my life. I was working in Hong Kong. I was doing something totally different.
Exactly. So it's like baby steps.
Correct. So I learned the trade along the way. And for 2 years, it was just pure me teaching one customer at the time on how we should start refusing, reducing, reusing. Compost is very important too. And we would do compost workshops at the Hive and all this kind. And then
how was the movement? How was the movement during MCO?
Yeah, now it's a really big movement, but it's still very niche. A bit when we started from zero 4 years ago, I have to say, it's kind of nice to see what we've accomplished over the past 4 years. But it's still very niche, unfortunately, because we need to have, no one can say, oh, I don't care.
Yes, everyone has to play their role.
Correct. We can't say, oh, I don't care, I have other problems. We all have a lot of problems, and yes, some people have less problems than others, but it's still a common problem we have. So climate change is a reality. The planet is heating up.
Everyone has to play their role.
Correct. So we all need to make sure we still have clean water in a few decades. So it's all those challenging issues. We need to act now. And I know as citizens, people always tell me, oh, government has to do more. But I mean, I'm like, how is your garbage every day? Government has to do more. He can start with us, right?
Yes, we start from ourselves at home. Maybe minimizing all this waste.
Correct. And then the government will follow, because governments are always late worldwide on that. So government will follow. You have all the the citizens having less garbage, asking for more composting. So all those kind of things. So it should follow, but it needs to start by us. And what I can tell you is, over the past 4 years, people want to change. People don't want the plastic.
Yes, we have realized. Awareness. People are already starting to aware. So that's good. So anyhow, we move on to. I would like to ask one question. So how do you? Is there any product or collaboration project that you are most proud of? Yes. Okay,
so many. Okay, because I'm a passionate person, so my team always has to tell me, hold on, too many at the same time. So, and it's I'm gonna finish with the best project, but we started recycling e-waste. So
e-waste,
So we collected e-waste and we found a partner in KL. So all e-waste, phone, batteries, laptops,
hair dryers,
toasters, small ovens, and we will give them, because people have to know, if you put those in a landfill, it's extremely toxic, and it contaminates the water plant or anything related to that. So it's very important to make sure we dispose of that waste properly. On top of it, our partner is trying first to repair, and what he can repair, he will resell. So it's all the reuse
reusable.
We love,
Exactly. So we have never thought of this before to reuse all those e-waste. Like we get them all to the landfill. So maybe this is a new way.
You know what? Because now things are so cheap. You break a toaster, exactly. You're like, I'm not gonna bother. Or you break your iron, you're like, I'm not gonna bother repairing it.
Yeah, you just dump it to the garbage. Exactly.
Right. So here's the idea of trying to repair and trying to repair and see what we can do. So it's very important. And then we collect glasses. So all your eyesight glasses, we collect them, and we have the world is full of angels, and we have this 75-year-old English lady who goes to Burma and who brings all those glasses to Burma and to give them to villagers in the middle of nowhere. She's on a buffalo in a carriage with all the suitcases of glasses, and she's bringing them to villages. The world has all those little angels all over the place. You just need to find them, make sure to protect them at all costs. And so we've been collecting glasses now in KL for years as well, and we've collected thousands and thousands. So you know, almost all glasses we all have in our drawers, our auntie and uncles have. So people bring us all of those. So we've done many things like that, but now I'm going to talk about my favorite project. I didn't know how to materialize it because the Hive has been we've been really big on feminine care. It's been really my number one issue. If I could tackle one, that would want to be feminine care. And now this year, 2020, we decided every Hive sold. So it's our menstrual.
Yeah, we have it here. So
5% of all our Hivettes and 5% of all the pads, washable pads from the Hive sold since July 1st, 2020.
Wow, that's good.
Yes, so I'm really happy because we were doing this before, but it was not really accounted for. So now we put our accounting company, we are like, okay, this is what we're going to do every 6 months. We do all the accounts, and we put the audit company as well involved, and that's the donation. That's our program now.
Oh,
so it's
donation
called
is
Flow. Yes, it's called the Freedom Flow Project, and 5% of all the Hivettes and 5% of all the washable sanitary pads from the Hive will be donated to first urban poor, and then Q1 and Q2 of next year will be to the country, low-income countryside.
It's a good breakthrough.
I'm so happy that now it's like a proper program rather than have people asking us for pads for women's shelters, which we will be donating, or for the refugee, which will be donated. So now it's more very organized. And yes, so I'm really, really happy. So this is the Freedom Flow Project. It's on our website, thehivebulkfoods.com. You will see the page on top, and we'll update you. So far, we're still on the first donation for Q2.
The first round.
So it's still the first round. So this is my new baby, my new passion, and my new project. And I'm like,
it's really good.
Yes, I'm really pleased.
It seems quite good. So anyhow, we can see more viewers joining our live session. So we can go a little bit deeper on the Hivettes menstrual cup. So we would be, can we hear or this menstrual cup is not really common to, the community here. So how do you instill the awareness for them about this menstrual cup?
So what is very important as well, the Hive is Malaysia's first menstrual cup, the Hivette. So this is something and again, Anis, people always tell me that it will never work.
Exactly. So you're very, very positive and very directed toward your goals.
You just need to have, unless it's absolutely insane, you just have to say, you know what? Let me find out by myself, because I believe so much in that product. So the menstrual cup, I believe in it for, you can be a woman if you're not even interested by sustainability, it's economical. And it gives you some freedom.
Very economical.
So it's It covers everything. So if you just want to save money, you get the Hive. If you want to be eco-friendly and sustainable, you get the Hive. If you don't want to gain more freedom, you want to go rock climbing, you don't want to go swimming, you get the Hive. So I don't see any downside to it.
Exactly. All I mean, like positive, like possibilities. All those women would love to try this new breakthrough.
Correct. Plus, it's very important for female education on our own female reproductive system, because this day I have female my age in their 40s asking me even how do they go to the bathroom when it's obviously not the same orifice. So we don't know anything about our own anatomy.
Okay.
So it's a very good way to learn about our own reproductive system, our own anatomy, not to be ashamed of it, because it's part of who we are. And this is thanks to us, we put human race on the planet. I mean, you know, we're the one who are creating the human race. So it is extremely important on so many fronts. But I know it's a very short session, so I'm going to be short. I'm going to start talking about the products now. So the product is made out of silicone. It's food grade silicone, FDA approved. You have two sizes. You have the 25 ml and you have the 35 ml. 35 ml is after giving vaginal birth. So you give delivery, your cervix is expanding, so it's a 35 ml. 25 ml for people. So it's not, you don't use the 35 ml. This is very important because you have a heavy flow. No, you'll be, if you didn't give birth and it was not a C-section, then you will be in pain. It's too large for you. It's exactly when your cervix expands, you have the baby going through the canal, and then you go on the 35 ml. Before birth, giving childbirth, you go for the 25 ml, which is this one, and it's definitely our bestseller, I have to say. So you have different ways of inserting it. You can either fold it this way, or whatever. Yes, or what I prefer is just fold it this way. And because you usually already have your period, you're sort of lubricating, so it's easy. It glides in and pop, it opens up, and it collects the blood.
And it's leak-proof, right?
Leak-proof. There is always a certain amount of women who it leaks, because we are all different at the end of the day. But it's still a teeny tiny percentage, so it's worth trying. And then what is very important as well, Anis, is every 4 hours you have to empty your cup. You have to and you put it back in. Why? Because it's as well, I don't know if you've heard about syndrome shock. So you can have a toxic shock shock syndrome. So every 4 hours, it's very important to empty our cup.
Regardless, you feel full or not.
Exactly. It's just
that's new.
Yeah, it's for female who wear tampons know that. Because of the toxic shock syndrome. But female who wear only pads do not necessarily know that. So it's always very important to empty it every 4 hours. So meaning at night, it's always better to be on the pads, the washable pads.
Exactly.
But during the day, you're safe to go with that. You don't even feel it. You forget even. Don't forget you have it.
Exactly. Almost like you're not even on your menses. It's so comfortable.
Yeah, you don't feel it at all. And it comes with a little waterproof pouch, which is super cute.
We have it. It's very cute.
I know, thank you. And you know what it says on it? My body, my power. Beautiful, positive vibes.
Yes.
Love it.
It's very nice. The very nice design.
Because you know we feel a bit crappy when we have a period. We always feel freezy and stuff. So it's like good. Keeps you positive. But it's only you use it only when you don't have your period, because your cup is your best friend. So for all the time you have your period, of course have very clean hands when you remove it and you insert it. You just have to sterilize it before your flow starts, and you sterilize it after the flow. After 6, 7, depends on your 6, 7, 8 days, you sterilize it again and you store it. But that's
just with hot water, yeah?
Sterilize it in boiling water, yeah.
Boiling
that's
water.
it.
very easy to use also. It's not very hard to, to take care of it.
Exactly.
And I believe like this product can last you very long. That's why you're saying it's economic.
It lasts you, I think minimum 10 years.
Wow, that's so long.
Well, even more silicone, it lasts forever.
Exactly.
So at the end of the day, so it's only until you have wear and tear or the stem might break, I don't know. But it lasts you, I would say, a minimum of 10 years if well taken care of, and if you don't lose it, because at the end of the day, it's very slow.
So I think our viewers might start to think it's very economical that you save a lot of money every month buying pads.
It's a good time to tell. You can get 15% off.
Yes. Okay. So for our viewers, thanks for reminding. For our viewers, we are having a promo 15% discount in store and e-store for our products. We not only have the Hive menstrual cup, we are having the reusable pad as well. Pad, liners, and the ultra pad. So hurry up, guys. Grab this opportunity.
Thank you. Yes, from the 1st to the 30th of September. So to talk a little
throughout
bit
this
about
month.
Yes, of September. That's awesome. So the pad, on the other hand, very different product. It's exactly like a disposable pad, except you don't use it. You wash it. So this is waterproof. As you can see when you open it, you do not have the sticky bit. So here you have to make sure to wear tight underwear, so it doesn't move too much. But then
to
you
prevent leakage.
Exactly. You snap it under your underwear, boom, and that's it. And if you notice how soft this is?
Yes, it's very soft, and I feel it's quite comfortable, comfy. The material is very nice.
Like plastic.
It doesn't like cause irritation, almost hypoallergenic, right?
Totally. That is actually the case. So for me, who easily have infection with the plastic one, I didn't know it was coming from the pads, but now I realize it was because you're humid, you're on plastic,
I mean, sweating, everything.
Correct. And here, nothing. I never had infection ever since. So,
wow, but it's so beautiful. So
yes, don't take my word for it. Try it and see. It's just amazing. So here, once it's sold, it's exactly like a disposable. It's full. Just get. So you fold it like that because it's waterproof.
Okay.
And it comes in this little super duper cute.
So you can just store them inside your closet just like that.
Yeah, that's
it. And you have a few designs for this, right?
Correct. So I'm not sure which designs Welling took. Can you show me?
We have a few like this same flower design.
Yes.
Okay. You have more.
The flower is one of our best sellers. That's why we have the polka dots. We have the RPG.
The dark blue one is quite nice.
So this one is named after Ruth Bader Gunther. She's one of the Supreme Court in the US, and she fought very hard for female rights.
Female rights. Oh, okay. That's great. So currently we are having the floral and the butterfly design.
Perfect. So
very
this
nice.
one is definitely a bestseller. Female love it. It's lovely.
And it's not really new because previous those days we used to have those washable pads before all those sanitary pads came in, right?
Yes.
So it's just we are going back to time and
going back. So what you do is, let's say you have a bunch of soil pads, but we're going back, but we're not going back to the 50s. Huh? Hold on. You take your pad home. Let's say you have your stack of soil pads, right? You take them home. Sorry, my daughter's turned off the lights. Guys, can you turn off the lights, please? It's a public holiday in KL, so
yeah.
Me in the office.
Yes.
Now the light, please. So you take them in your shower at night, the salt pad, and in your shower, or you can hand wash them on the sink. You just put soap, rinse, soap, rinse, rinse. I like to put them after that in a washing machine to give them an extra wash.
A more clean wash.
Yes. But if you're very good at hand washing, hand wash.
So how long does one pad last you?
10 years.
Same.
Same.
Oh, that's good.
I'm saying this because I had pads as well, not from the Hive, but I had pads from previous brands, which at the time we were selling the pads.
I see. Okay. So that's great. So everyone, so these are the star product for this month. So throughout this month, so we are having 15% off. So in-store and e-store, just shop now. Okay, so hi, for those viewers who just joined us, we have the founder of the Hive, Claire, here to share with us more on the products. So moving on to what are the initiative or how do we play a part besides refusing towards a more sustainable or more zero waste lifestyle?
Right. So refusing it, as you mentioned, Anis, is the number one thing to do. But then it's reuse. You move to the reuse. So that's why we have those products like this is reuse for the next 10 years of your life. But reuse is everything. So you take an old container and you take your food, you take out food, you reuse your container, you reuse your bottle, you refuse your drinks and you bring your bottle to refill, your tea, your coffee. That's very, very important. So reuse is, to me, the number two. Then I would say composting is very important too. Why composting is very important? Because if you do not compost, it releases a very toxic gas of your wet food, which is called methane. And methane,
I've seen in one of your videos that you do compost using your waste, right?
Correct.
Like you were planting something at the balcony there.
Correct. Composting is really, really important. People don't realize how much, if you compost, you're removing so much methane to be released in the air. So it's really, really important to do so. And related to methane, something we can do today as well is eat less meat, mainly the red meat.
Okay.
Because cows are the number one pollutant on the planet because of the methane they release, which is a gas they release. So it's very, very, it's a bit difficult to quantify, but they say it's about 25 times worse than carbon dioxide.
Oh, okay. That's
say, hey, I'm going to drive less, I'm going to use public transportation. Yes, it's very important to do that, but okay, if you have less burger as well, it's very important. I mean, your impact will be much bigger.
Yeah.
So, I'm not saying, hey, let's all go vegan tomorrow. Even myself, I'm not vegan. I'm going to call myself, I think the new term is flexitarian. I don't know if it means anything, but I try to avoid it when I can.
Oh, okay. That's new for us.
Yeah, so flexitarian, and if you look at restaurants now, they have more and more vegetarian or vegan options that are delicious too. So it's not the old boring tofu piece anymore. It's like more
choices.
Impossible meat is moving to Malaysia now. You can buy impossible meat from supermarkets.
Exactly.
I don't know about Penang. So impossible meat, for people who do not know, it's actually beef, but it's not real beef. It's made out of
it's just like
protein. Yes.
Plant protein, the soy.
It feels like it's a beef. You're eating a burger, but it's actually made out of peas.
Yeah, so we have a lot, because that's where our vegetarian vegan people go for, is the texture. I mean, like mutton like, meat like.
Yes.
We do take that as well. It tastes really good.
Good. And so it really has a massive impact on your carbon emission. So you can have a vegan that is absolutely not zero waste, who would take plastic everywhere, but most likely his carbon emission will still be lesser than someone who's zero waste but still eats a lot of meat and dairy.
So it's two-way. It's not only all those vehicles. I mean, like, again, so starting from our own self.
Exactly. So I'm just saying, baby steps for everybody. We can't all be zero waste tomorrow and vegan, but we can do all little things here and there. And what you have to remember is people look at what you do, so you inspire others. So when you go get the takeout food and you bring your container here, I have one of the fancy container from the Hive, but you don't need to have a fancy container. Those are collapsible lunch boxes. So, you can.
Oh, that's nice. Pink.
Put it in your bag when you leave the office. But you just a simple act of bringing your old container or your tiffin from your grandma time to refill at the takeout, and not to have your tea in one of those plastic bags with this plastic straw and the plastic string, but just doing that.
Metal.
People in the queue will see you and be like, hey, she's doing it. You know what I mean? So
Exactly. So you're educating in other way.
You are inspiring always someone you don't even know about by having those little steps. So it's really you're inspiring the people who are serving you, teaching them, hey, you can do this better way. And on top of it, someone, maybe one person out of 10, or 2% out of 10 will be like, hey, I'm going to do the same thing. So it goes very far. I've noticed from my experience over the years. So it's all those little steps. So it starts with really refuse. You tacknack as much as possible, and you reduce, you reuse, you compost, you eat less meat and dairy products. Yeah.
So you have like a lot more products there. So anyhow, we are going to share not only all those menstrual cup and the pad. We have more things from the Hive. So we are having bamboo toothbrush.
Yes.
It's just,
okay.
Wow.
Okay, our toothbrushes are really cool. So it's baby steps, but can you show the packaging of the toothbrush? Because even the packaging matters, you see? All the toothbrush you're gonna buy are always in plastic packaging, and those really thick plastic packaging. So why? You know, you can have those kind of packaging. So this is really good.
Almost all we have is all those very hard plastics.
Correct. So here it's paper packaging, simple. And the toothbrush in itself is still 100% bamboo, except for the brittles. The brittles are made out of plastics, nylon. So you need to plug them. If you're someone who composts at home, you just plug them out and then you can compost. But otherwise, it's still 100 times better to use that than a plastic toothbrush. And it looks super cute in your bathroom, doesn't it?
Yes, it looks very vintage and nice. Okay.
So
and then
it's important because you can just compost the box. So it's really cool.
So it's both compostable except for the plastic bristles, we just remove them. So besides, we have the container. We can use this to store the toothbrush or even the straws.
Your metal straws in it as well.
So we have a good news for those bubble tea lovers or drinks. So we have both two colors of straws. Metal straws. Yes. So it's like gold and black.
Lovely. So you have the bubble tea, you have the normal standard straw, and you have it
cleaner. So it comes with bubble tea straw, lagudo straw, and straw brush. So it's a complete set. So besides, we have a shampoo bar. So would you mind, telling more about the shampoo bar?
So shampoo bars is like soap bars. It's like a conditioner bar, which I think one day you will get the whole range. Shampoo bar is already done. So shampoo bar is like a soap bar. You know, I like that now more and more liquid shampoo and liquid soap. You have stores that you can refill, and they sell you the soft pack refill.
The plastic.
So it's less
even the bottles.
Yes. So I'm like, okay. So you have those options now that are popping, and the Hive has this wonderful option. It's made in Malaysia. It's from a female-owned business, but you know, it's really nice. And what you just do, it's like a soap. You wet your soap. You're in your shower. And it
run through your hair.
Well. Yes. So now, what you need to know for shampoo bar, they don't lather as much as
the chemical types.
Correct, which is usually the SLS that makes it so bubbly. So you won't have all the chemicals and the big foamy system. At the same time, it might dry up your hair a little bit. So a bit of coconut oil after might help
to moisturize them.
Yes.
And it smells quite good due to the rosemary essential oil.
Yes. Well, you know the process in that, yes.
So besides, we have bamboo cotton swabs. So instead of using the plastic, the sticks, so we have bamboo cotton swabs.
That sounds like really silly, but you know, it's like mainly for makeup. I use mine for mainly makeup, the eye makeup. I use Q-tips, and I have to say, Q-tips, when you think about it, the package is always plastic, and now it's been 10 years that the Q-tips are always made with plastic.
Yes, exactly. Almost all.
So now you have countries like Denmark and France is coming soon. They are banishing Q-tips.
Okay, due to the plastic.
Yes, due to too much plastic. So here you can literally take this Q-tip box, throw it in the sea. Don't do it, but you know, it won't cause any harm. It won't become microplastic in the sea. It's just bamboo, cotton, and paper. It's really nothing about it. So those are little steps. It costs nothing, but it's just those little steps that adds up.
Exactly. And I believe we use a lot of Q-tips to remove the makeup and everything, so it's actually causing more harm to the environment.
Correct. So it's just it's part of those little baby steps you take every day to remove a little bit. You know, you just look at what is in your garbage and you say, okay, can I remove this, and how can I do that?
You just segregate them and just do reuse or recycle, whatever.
Exactly. But if you can refuse first, it's always the same. Do it. Yes.
So any other green tips to our viewers?
Green tip, listen. So as I'm gonna repeat myself because it's when you hear refuse as much as you can. Reduce. You don't need to buy so many clothes and all this kind of thing. So that's part of, I think, what the pandemic taught us is we have too many things in our house already. So this is part of, because it's not sustainable. We can't be so many people on the planet and consume like every Malaysian. It's too much.
Exactly.
The planet cannot sustain it. Reduce your amount of meat. That's very important. This will have
that's a new message.
It's a new message, but really nothing wrong with a bit of chicken once in a while and some fish once in a while. It's actually nothing wrong, but just not every day. You know, mainly if you're a grown adult, it just reduce your carbon emission massively. Mainly the red meat. The beef is the number one culprit of carbon emission. So that's part of reduce. Reuse as much as you can. So you reuse your container. My containers are so old and so, I mean, they're stained. You know how tea and coffee stain inside the container, and I don't care. But it's just reuse your containers, you get your food. So compost if you can. Composting is wonderful thing. I think one of the good side effects of the pandemic is a lot of people started to garden. For the lucky one, they started to garden and it's starting to grow a little bit of food. So that's one of the few tiny good side effects of this pandemic. Learning that we don't need so many things, and learning that you can actually start growing. Mainly if you're lucky enough to have a garden, or even at the Hive this month, we had a propagation program where we were giving to all our customers they would snip a piece of
the basil leaf.
Correct. And grow it, and we would teach people that it's actually not difficult and it's fun, you know, to start growing a little bit. So I
find it quite interesting where you just cut and let them propagate at home.
Correct. And it costs, you save a lot of money at the end if you look at everything, because you don't spend your money the same way. And I believe it's smarter as well. So I only see good side effects.
So for those viewers, I would like to repeat that we are here this month. We are having a promotion for selected items, especially the menstrual cup and the reusable pads. We are having 15% discount in store and e-store. So I would like to show the reusable pads. So viewers, if let's say you would like to know more about the Hive, the zero waste lifestyle, you could, Claire, can you share your social media platform so that everyone get to know more about this?
Yes, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest under the zero waste, under the Hive bulk food. What am I saying? The Hive bulk food, and you'll get all the details there. If you go on our website as well, the hivebulkfoods.com, you will get a lot of details on the cup. So you have a whole page on the Hivette, how to take care of it, how to wash it, any questions like that. And you have a whole page on the pads.
Okay.
Now, of course, the promotion is only at Wellings. So you go to Wellings, buy them, but get all the
Yes.
data on our website for the pads and the Hive, how to take care of it. On our YouTube channel, we have a lot of videos on how to take care of the Hive as well. And we just released our Malay tutorial on our YouTube channel. So it's on the Hive bulk foods. And we have a Malay tutorial where the Hive teams is talking about the Hive. So it's really fun.
So viewers, you can join. So for those who are near to our store, you can visit in-store to have a look on how cute the packaging are and how good the product is. So for those who are out, you can just log on to our e-store and shop online. So thank you so much, Claire, for joining us despite your busy schedule today. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Anis. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.